Hi guys, how are you doing today, guys? I hope you're fine. I hope you're keeping warm because guys, today is cold. It's very cold. I woke up in the morning, it was raining. It rained up to somewhere in the midday, and it just stopped maybe an hour ago or so. And it's still very cold. Like the sun has not come out. Like it's cloudy and freezing and what have you. Like it's just cold. So not because of that, like it's lunchtime. I wanted to say because of that I want to cook. No, it's not because of that. It's not because of the cold that I want to cook, because I had already taken my breakfast. Actually, I have a lot of tea because it's cold. So whenever I feel like I can warm and keep myself warm. But I'm putting on this. Someone will wonder, isn't that cold? Is that not making you feel cold? No, because I'm indoors, it's not actually freezing inside, but outside, guys, it's crazy. So, guys, mm, do you ever have that leftover ugali? Like you just eat an ugali, and then there's some that has been left. Maybe you ate it at lunchtime, and then it was left, and then you wonder what you want to do with it. Maybe you're just close to the dustbin. Guys, if you're just close to the dustbin, hold on, like just hold on, because this is my leftover ugali from last night, and I'm also close to the dustbin, so I'm not going to do what you want to do at the dustbin. So that's why I'm telling you, just hold on, because I want to show you exactly what you can do with this ugali so that you really don't have to dispose it off. And that ugali is not spoiled. It's still very functional. You can actually eat it the way it is, but because it's cold, and because eating cold ugali, and eating leftover ugali is also very difficult. So I want to show you how exactly you can do to have it hot and tasting good again. So let's do this. Now guys, this is now my leftover ugali. You can see it here. This is it. So what am I going to do with it? So you notice when the ugali has sat for some time, it gets hard on the outside. So this outside part is what you cut off. Yeah, you see me cutting it off. You just do like that. So don't worry about the background noise because I have neighbors. So just remove the back of the ugali, the hard part. Oh, I hope that knife doesn't cut me. Somewhere here. So after removing, so why do we remove the hard part? The hard part, we remove it because the moment we start boiling, because you're going to see how we're going to do it. The moment we start boiling it, the hard part will be it will take a long time for it to be softer. Or actually it won't even get soft. So the more you cook, the more the hard part just remain hard. By the time you'll be eating your ugali, you'll find that some parts are soft, some parts are hard. So that's why you remove the hard part. Now that one aside, so this is my sufuria, the one I want to use to cook the ugali. So what do? I hope you're seeing it right there on your screen. I don't know, let me adjust it a little. Yeah, I hope you can see from there. Now what you do, you see what I'm doing? Like you is this thing called pinching. Like you scramble it down, like make it into very soft and tiny. See what I'm doing? So somebody would say that, no, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to cook the remaining, like the leftover ugali, because I cut the other one with a knife and it did not break down. So some people simply just do this, like they just cut like that. They cut like that. You don't do that. If you cut like that, these pieces will not integrate into your boiling water. So this is the best thing to do, so that when you're boiling it, You get the point. It will just it will do what? What do we do? What do we call that? Like it will just break down easily when you are doing the cooking. Let me move my sufuria to the center. Yes, so this is what we do. And another thing, ensure that the ugali the leftover ugali you want to do this to is not very big. Like let's say the ugali itself looks like it can serve 4, and you want to cook ugali for 1 person. So you decide to do this to the entire ugali and then decide to cook. It will just come out uncooked. Like it will be uncooked. It will not even cook properly. I'm just assuring you. So just make sure it's just a little bit. Like the one I'm doing here cannot serve 1. Like it's little, it cannot serve 1. Okay. Cannot serve 1 is relative, because maybe it all depends on how much you eat. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So just to ensure that there are no strong or there are no strong lumps, like there are no lumps that are still very hard, the hard lumps. Make sure they're just softer lumps. And before you do this, ensure you wash your hands. For me, I did wash my hands. Anytime I cook, I cannot cook without washing hands. It's very unhygienic. Nice. So this is what we have. So what do we do next? So what we do next, let me first wash my hands. After doing that, make sure you wash your hands. Because there are people who don't want to do this, because this actually makes your hand a little bit dirty, like it smudges on your hands. So some people don't want to do it for that very reason. So you wash your hands like that. I've washed mine. Then what next? Let me bring you can fetch water with this one. So this is a lot of water, right? Yeah, it's a lot of water. So I know there are some of you who normally measure the amount of water they want to use for cooking. So if you are going to use, if you're going to cook for 3, then the ugali you are doing this should just be maybe a cupful. A cup, like, how do I put it? Like it could be ugali that maybe if you approximate, it could be ugali that has been made by just a cupful of water. So you do that and then you add 2 more. You got me? 2 more, not 3 more. If you add 3 more, then you'll still have extra ugalis. So you don't put too much water. So for this one, the light is so much. Let me reduce it a bit. So for this one, we're just going to, normally I don't even measure because I have just one size of sufuria. This is the sufuria I use. There's another one I use for ugali, but now it's still dirty. I did not wash it. So I use this one because they're the same size. So I know where I'll feel that I've put enough water because they're the same size. So you just put that water. Yeah, that one is enough. My baby, what's up? Get your toys, mom, and play. So I think that one is enough. Actually, this is enough because this is the amount of water I normally put. So when you've done that to ugali, just ensure that you don't put too much water. If you put too much water, then you'll have a very big ugali. But maybe you don't want a very big ugali, so just put enough. If the ugali looks like a cupful, then put 2 more cups, not 3 more cups. Nice. So you just put it like the way I've done it. You see, I've put the ugali and then I've added water. Then you just put it to fire source. Make sure the fire is up, like the maximum. So don't worry about this one. It looks like something poured here and it looks like it's rusting. So you just put the highest, like put it up, put the fire up. You see, it's up, it's on. Yeah. So you make sure this one boils, like let it come to a boil. I'm going to show you what we're going to do when it comes to a boil. So let it continue. While it boils, let me bring the yes, now this is the one that we're going to use for the ugali. Yeah, it's just pure maize flour, the one you're going to use. Now, another thing I didn't make clear, when you want to cook, when you want to do that, ensure that you're ready for any color. Like if you're mixing colors, what do I mean by mixing colors? Now, for the one I'm cooking is the one that has been directly grounded in a posho mill. But then there are those packed ones, the ones in packets. Normally they have different textures and different color. Yeah, I can say the one I'm using here is kind of off-white, but the packed one is white, like I can say pearl white, like this one, like it's white. So if you're going to use a mixture, like if the ugali is from the packet and the flour you're going to use is directly milled, then just be sure you're not going to get like one color. At least there will be that mixture of colors, the off-white and the other white, so you don't say, why is it this looking brownish or whatever. Sometimes maybe your flour is a mixture of maybe maize and some millet or something of that sort. Then just be sure there'll be a mixture of colors. So don't come for me like, oh, why is it changing color? Like it's just yeah, you just know that it's because they were of different colors. Now this is what we have. See, it's slowly coming to a boil. Slowly coming to a boil. So I want to show you where, if you normally make a mistake doing this, I want to show you where the mistake comes, because I also learned maybe from my own mistakes. Maybe over time I learned time ago, because I've grown up in the village, and I put this ring light here because it was the weather was looking dull. So even when I put on the light, you see there's that lighting up there. It was not giving me enough lighting, so I decided to put this ring light here. Now I grew up in the village, and we used to do this a lot of time. Like it was like almost our daily life. Like, you get it. So when we do this, sometimes you leave it. Let me show you. So guys, there's a very important part of the video that I lost. Before starting to add your flour to the water, ensure that you stir the mixture of ugali and water until it looks like porridge. That is when the ugali you put there was a lot. But when the ugali was little, just ensure it makes something like a foam, like it looks like boiling milk. So you see, like it's cooking. Make sure the fire remains up. Like, don't reduce the fire too much, especially at the initial stages. Don't reduce the fire. So stirring. For those who are wondering how ugali is cooked, you don't do like this. Don't do like this. But if you do like that, you are remember the heat, like it's heating. So if you do like that, it means you're helping the bottom of your sufuria to expand, such that you'll have something like a pot. By 2-3 months, your sufuria becomes a pot, so it can't even sit on top of this cooker. So if you've been seeing your sufuria doing that, just know that that is what you're doing to it when you're cooking ugali. So it's something that you do in circular motion. Even okay, I noticed that there's this machine for cooking ugali. If you see how the machine operates, you'll notice that it's just going rounds and rounds and rounds. But there's a part we'll be doing like this, but We'll still not be hitting the bottom of the sufuria, because hitting the bottom of the sufuria is what expands the bottom, so it becomes more hollow, like, you get the point. So I added more flour. I added more flour like that. You see what I'm doing? Even if you're doing that, what you should just avoid is doing this. Like, yeah, you got the point. You don't hit the bottom of the sufuria, or else you'll be buying sufurias for ugali every 6 months. So, as I had said, you add the flour little by little, little by little. You add as you cook. When it's all absorbed in, you add again. Little by little as you go. And the fire is up. So, but sometimes you have maybe if you have, there are those steel sufurias. I don't recommend you use the steel ones, because this part, you see these ones, they'll be coming off. It's just like using non-stick, and when they come off, remember they'll be getting inside your ugali, so that you'll have the hard part. You're eating, but you're like, you're also chewing the hard part, this hard part. So I recommend that you use this one. I don't know if it's stainless steel or whatever this sufuria is made of, aluminum or whatever. I recommend you use this one. I highly recommend. But if you have the other one, if you don't have this one and that the other one is what you have, just cook the way you normally cook ugali, like just how you normally cook ugali. Yeah. So I see my sufuria is starting to turn brown. So I lower the fire. I lower the fire a little bit, and then I cook it slowly. Like, you reduce the speed. At the initial point, you cook it so fast because the fire is up. But as you continue, you lower. You do it slower. You slow down. I mean, you see what I'm doing? So how do you know your ugali is getting ready? Some people normally do this, like they do that. For me, I don't do that. For me, I normally do this. I don't throw ugali to the wall like what manners is that. Hey, so I normally do this. If it sticks to my hand, I know that not yet. But if I do and it doesn't stick, like this one doesn't stick, I know my ugali is getting somewhere. But then you get slower and slower. But at this point, you can still remove it and eat it at this point. Yes. So some are dropping off the sufuria. Somebody said that if ugali doesn't drop off the sufuria, I don't know why we were being told like the ugali has to drop off. That's where you know that you are properly cooking the ugali. That if it doesn't drop, it means that the ugali is not well cooked. The myths and misconceptions. Somebody can really be careful, such that no ugali drops down on the ground. So you see now what I'm doing? Yes. Now when your ugali has reached that point where it is now almost fully cooked, or fully cooked, like it's fully cooked, you see, it doesn't stick on my hand. So this is now what you do again to it. Just doing this way. Now why do you do this? You do this so that the fire can get in between the ugali particles really well. Like, you help it to the aeration. Is it called the aeration or the fireation? Yes. So that's what we do. That's what we do. Now, if you look at the ugali, you will not see those particles. Like the ugali, like those particles, the initial ugali, the leftover one. Remember? And I didn't say something again about doing this, like putting it in circles, like doing it in circles when doing ugali, so that you also break the the lumps that are holding flour in between. You see, this one doesn't have flour. Somebody will cook ugali and then you have those lumps. You get my point? You have those lumps, those, you get the point. I don't know how to explain it better. The lumps, the small lumps that are holding the flour in between, so that your ugali is full of lumps. So when you feel like it's now, like I feel like the fire has been down for too long, I can increase it a little bit, because we are just about to end the cooking of this ugali. It's too high. Reduce like that. Yes, now. And another thing, guys, if you're going to use the sufuria to cook ugali, ensure you don't over scrub it. You know those people who scrub the sufuria until it's mirror like. Avoid doing that to a ugali, like the sufuria you use for ugali, because you see what's happening on this end. This one. This is how they will come out, and it will entirely come out. And sometimes it comes out before your ugali is fully cooked. So at that point, what will you do? You remove it, you throw it away, and you put the ugali back to cook. Definitely, it will not be well cooked. You will eat something else. You will not eat a well cooked ugali. So when it reaches this point, you see the fire is down. The ugali is fully cooked. The ugali is fully cooked. So somebody will opt to cover it. But I just realized that I don't have nothing to cover. There's nothing to cover here, but sometimes you can just cover it for a minute or two before taking it off. So you see now it's having some smoke, meaning it's burning from the bottom. So we can turn off the fire. You can turn off the fire and serve our ugali. Beautiful. Woohoo! It's beautiful. So this is our ugali. Our ugali is right here, very ready. So you can do this while it's still hot to shape it. You do this so that it gets some good shape. Then what next do you do? Now we have this thing. Some of you will cook and it will not come out. You don't have to worry, because it doesn't really have to. And they're really good food. So you use the same sufuria you cooked ugali in to cover. Now, the reason you use the same sufuria, you see the sufuria is still having this one. What do you call this in English? I don't know. I've never known. So, because the ugali is still having this, meaning it's still having that heat from the fire. So when you cover, the heat that is retained there makes the air within the sufuria hot. So it keeps the ugali hotter for some time. But I see some people when after cooking the ugali, they bring a clean sufuria to cover, or they bring something else to cover. Mm, just do what serves you well. But traditionally, like how I know it, how I've grown up, how I know what works where. Yeah, even those people from the ancient, the our ancestors, they understood the science. So you just cover it so it keeps it hotter for some time, but not for too long, because automatically it will cool, because you know metal, what metals do when it comes to losing heat, they lose heat so fast. So because you're going to cook it, to eat it like not long after you cooked, you just cover it for some times while you warm your other food, or while, yeah, exactly. But if you're going to eat it straight away, there's no need of covering. Like, the covering is not something automatic, like it's not a must. So guys, I'm still eating my okay, we call it odeyo in my language. This is odeyo. Now I introduced my daughter to this. She called them crisps. I don't want to interfere with what she knows them to be called, because I'll either tell her they're called odeyo, or just let her believe they're crisps, whatever, because I don't know what it's called in English. So guys, that's it for now, for today. I'll just show you how to do the ugali, but we have some omena right here. Where did I put it? Somewhere here. There's this omena. Let me show you closely. You see this one? I cooked it and added some milk. For this one, I'll show you another day how to do this. Let me tell you guys, if you are used to the fried one, I know you'll say, no, what is that? How do you eat that? How do you even start boiling omena? How do you make it stew? Let me tell you guys, if I do this next time, please keep reminding me, like, remind me in the comment section every single day that you need to see the boiled omena or the stew omena, how I do it, how I cook it, so that I cook it for you guys. And thank you so much guys for watching up to this point. I now want to eat my lunch. There was another one here. This is mrenda. Yeah, so that is what I want to have for lunch. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in up to this point. And I hope you've learned something, guys. Yeah, we learn every day, and I hope you've learned something. So still keep warm, guys. It's cold outside. It's very, very cold, and I don't know for how long it's going to be cold. We are in July, and we understand, if you've lived in Nairobi, you know July is that month where you have to really get prepared to be warm. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed already, kindly do so. Turn on the notification bell, so that each and every time I upload a new video, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Then until then, bye.